I'm Brian Van.
I'm Max Van.
And we're here to give you the race report for his first ever Wera weekend. Okay, man, this is your race report, so I'm gonna let you do the majority of the talking. Race one was what?
Clubman. I went out on the sliding lap. I wanted to do a flying lap, pour my tires before I got onto the starting grid. So I got on the starting grid first, and I ended up on the third row, which is, I'm not too sad with that. That was the last row to everybody because nobody was really in that race.
Well, yeah, you don't have any points.
So there was a girl named Morgan Babel, a girl named Delaney something, a kid named Eli, 10 years old on 250. I'm going to give you props for that.
That was pretty cool.
Some big balls out there. Zach Barney-Road, Nate Baker, and then Ethan Lucetti. And I launched the bike pretty good. I got right behind Ethan Lucetti. He was in row one.
That kid's getting it done. That kid's fast, man.
He's fast. So I followed him around for 2 laps, and I ended up saying to myself, on the end of the second lap, going into turn 9 in the bus stop, which is basically like 9 out of 10 corners, I guess. So I said to myself, I'm not going to go home here, or I'm not going to go home from here with the second place at my home track. And I just got behind him right on the straightaway, got into his draft. He ended up getting me on the brakes into turn 1, and then went through turn 2 right next to each other, turn 3 right next to each other, and then right on the outside of turn 4, which is a downhill right-hander, and I passed him on the outside there, and that was the end of that race for me.
He pushed you, man, because you know during practice on the Friday with Sportbike track time, right, which was a great day, great weather too, a lot of fun. You got down to a 34.9. That was pretty much the goal that you had set for yourself, so we felt pretty good about that, you know. And I think what my memory tells me that I think Ethan got down to like a 34.5 during that race, and he pushed you, and your best time ended up being a
low 33.
Yeah, low 33. And you know what? It was cool that's you had to go faster, you know, than what you thought was a really good time, because you thought that time was going to hold up. Like if you did that time during the race, that you could, you know, get a victory out of it. And now Ethan's like, no, yeah, he made you go a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
And it was exciting. It was so much fun to watch you guys out there. That first race, to me, that was the one. That was the best one. I needed a diaper during it because I was real nervous for you. And, you know, you were battling hard, and I knew how much it meant for you. So I was pretty excited. People could probably hear me screaming from 2 counties away because I make a lot of noise, right? You had a pretty good gap at the end, too. You know, nice finish came in. We were pretty excited. I may have cried. Thank God I was wearing sunglasses, right?
Yep.
So the next race, which one was that?
It was Super Stock. Went out there, finished the sliding lap pretty good. Then we lined up on the second row with Morgan Babel, Eli, Delaney, there's the same people as last time, Nate Baker, Zach Barney-Road, and then Ethan Lucetti. I ended up getting a real good hole shot, and I ended up getting first place going into turn 1, and that was basically the end of the race for me right there.
I think you beat an expert on an SV too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you rode pretty good there, and that one was less exciting, just to be fair, because you kind of got a lead earlier and you rode a real good race, right? And that was cool. It was fun to watch, but not as exciting as the first one. And then the third one, which race was that?
Third one, it was D Superstock. We all went out. I just had Delaney and Eli on his Cali 250. And that race, I just wanted to go out there and work on all my stuff. So I went out there and I just rode my ride, just did a bunch of low 34s, I'm pretty sure it was. And
real consistent, that one. That was, looking at your lap timer after was really, really interesting, because every lap was a 34, which is quick there. What I like is that you slow down. You're like, okay, I don't need to go faster. So you went quick and you maintained it. But he had 2 laps back to back that were 34.21. I mean, that's almost robotic. And that was good to see that consistency out of you, and you brought home a good finish. We had a lot of fun. We had a nice little party that night too. A bunch of us went out to dinner and tore it up at the Winter Inn, right? They gave us a private room.
Yeah, and I brought my speaker in there and he was jamming out.
We were jamming a bunch of Kid Rock and stuff. It was pretty cash money. And then Sunday was a rainy day, and Grattan's a real tricky track. In the wet, we showed up in the morning, and I asked you want to race, yes or no?
I said yeah, because there's 4 riders. I was going to be the 4th, and I was like, I want to get a podium. Well, I did. but I wanted to work for it too. So I went out there, practiced in the morning, rode good. Ethan Luchetti was running real good in the rain.
He threw you a whooping in both races.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear about the first one.
First race was a clubman. Went out there on the starting lap, and I ended up losing. I lost it in the bus stop. I just lost the rear.
On the sighting lap, which is why your new nickname is?
Sliding lap.
Yep.
So yeah, I lost it in the sliding lap, and that was basically the end of it.
Did a crash video. Let's talk about the gear too, because the gear
held up great.
Held up real good. The airbag deployed.
I got bucked off a little bit, and the airbag deployed, and I felt like I was landing in like a foam pit at like a trampoline park or something.
That was cool.
And then I got off the track, and that was the end of the race for me. We ended up getting our team, Dave Bavel, Aaron Hardiman.
Me.
Yeah, your dad.
Everybody borrowed some parts. Yeah, Jimmy Fox. We all pulled together. We had his bike put together.
In 15 minutes.
Less. I think it was less, you know, and it was funny during it. So we're running Vortex rear sets on this thing now, the V3 design. And one of our buddies, Aaron Hardiman, has a bike on the way out, and it's got a different brand on it now. When Aaron saw how, because this toe piece was gone, right? It was bent super bad, and I have spares. We left the foot peg because he's a midget anyways, and there's most of it there. But this had to be replaced. And when he saw how serviceable these rear sets were and how quick we did it, he's like, dude, I'm putting these on my bike for sure. We had to replace clip-on bar. That was bent. This brake lever, that was tacoed. We had to borrow one. The Hot Bodies race bodywork that's on this bike, because I took off his good painted stuff in the morning, I was thinking, thank God I did that. This has been crashed on 3 times now. He crashed on the left side at Barber. Yep. Then at Grattan, nice work, he crashed on both sides within a half an hour. Mm-hmm. Okay. But the cool part is the bodywork is still 100% runnable. I mean, you could race the rest of the season on it. Here's the M4 can. Canister strap's a little haggard, right? This here, but honestly, it's still good to go. It's totally rideable. The other side has to have the toe piece now for the shifter, right? You know, the foot pegs are a little ground down. You know, those could use a replacing, but you could leave those if you wanted to. And this bike crashes really good, which is nice when you have a son that crashes 2 times in a half hour. So tell him about the second one. So we get you all fixed up.
I made it. I went out. I was like, I'm going out to win this race. That's what he told me. We had a pep talk. And
don't blame your dad.
And he gave me some bad advice. So.
All right, I'm going to fall on the sword right now. I'm going to fall on the sword and say this. I did want to make sure he was feeling good about himself and he was confident. And so I got out the pom-poms and I got the kid going. And I got out there and I used some choice verbiage within it too. And he took it 100% to heart. I'm going to say that. In hindsight, what I should have done is I should have said, Max, you didn't get to run the first race, so you don't understand what the track has to give you right now. Because in bad conditions, it's important you do understand what is there to take from the track and try not to exceed it. So I should have said, hey man, let Ethan get the whole shot, slot in behind him because he's riding real well in the rain, and see if you have what it takes to pass him. If you feel confident, then go for it. I didn't do that. We sent him out there with race face. Yep. And how'd that work out for you?
And so I got the whole shot going into turn 1, got him on the brakes. I was feeling real good. Corner 1 had great grip, corner 2 had great grip, corner 3, which is a surprise, that had great grip. Corner 4, great grip. Turn 5 had some pretty good grip. I felt it slip a little bit, so I was like, okay, just get that out of your head, no big deal. Corner 6 had good grip. Corner 7, surprisingly, too, that had real good grip.
Gotta stay tight inside there, right? Like we talked about.
I go into the bowl, and all of a sudden, I didn't touch the brakes at all, and I just tucked the front. I must have gotten a sealer strip or something. That was the end of it.
Grattan can have, especially in the wet, it has grip for days, I would say, in the dry. Mm-hmm. I think you would agree.
Yeah.
You know, the Michelin tires that we ran, the Power Cup Evos.
Real good.
Man.
Real good.
Oh, yeah, dude. Grip for days and hardly even wore the tires. I mean, super pumped with that. But, you know, I should have had you more prepared for this. This is my first go as a crew chief. You know, I think we're going to do a lot more of this. I learned a little bit there, too, that I should have tailored the advice to the situation, and I didn't do that, and that's a bummer. You're still the dude who crashed the bike, so ultimately it's on you, you know, to be responsible for that. But, you know, we'll work on that together and try to continue forward. Do you want to race anymore?
Yes. 100%.
You're not afraid to go out there after falling down 2 times in a half hour?
In the wet, I will be a little bit, but in the dry, I'll be fine. In the dry, I'll just go out and rip it.
Just go out and rip it, and it's okay, man. It's okay. That's why we wear the safety gear, and sometimes shit happens. Sometimes shit happens twice in a half hour.
Yeah.
all in all, a great weekend. I was real happy for you, dude. You worked hard for it, and you pulled it off. And thank God for quality safety gear.
Thank God.
Because I don't want to see you getting jacked up. There you have it. There is our race report. First round ever. Max Sighting Lap Van, Grattan Raceway, June 8 and 9, 2019.